is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis coming to y'all with a quick video. I wanted to let you guys know I got some new merchandise available, not just t-shirt anymore. I got different type of t-shirt, different type of shirts and logos that you can purchase on my spread shirt, and also hoodies now. We have expanded and added more to the channel and more merchandise for the brand. Thanks for supporting. It will be in the description and the links will be in the comment section below. Thanks for helping me and supporting the movement. Quinn Wade Basketball Analysis. I'm going to check out the video. I'm out. What's good, YouTube? Coming to y'all a little late with this Jeremy Lin one, but I had to get to it when I could. I know you guys was waiting on it. Jeremy Lin going to the stacked, overpowered Toronto Raptors. They said the Golden State Warrior. This is what they told me. The rich get richer. And I think Milwaukee, I think Philly, I think Toronto have only got richer too. Is they better than the Warriors? No. Talent-wise, top heavy-wise, no. But when you look at this Raptors team, it's fun. It's really fun to see them get a GM like Usiah, because at the end of the day, for him to accumulate as much talent as he has, getting an all-star caliber player in Marc Gasol, who has been fantastic today, hitting threes and post up, slows the game down, and it also gives them an option outside of Lowry and Kawhi Leonard. Then to acquire Kawhi Leonard, a team that wasn't even on his list to get traded to, and they do everything they can to get him. They even traded a loyalist and DeMar DeRozan, who was frustrated to leave because he really wanted to stay, and that was his home. And you really don't see all-star caliber players wanting to stay in Toronto, but DeMar DeRozan was a rare one, and they trade him for Kawhi Leonard, which has worked. This is their own pace to win about the same amount of games or a little bit over. But Kawhi Leonard hasn't even played that many games. He missed a lot of games this year. And for them to still believe in him, because he's supposed to get off his minute restriction, and he should be able to play back-to-back this month. I don't know if they're going to still hold that true, but that's what they said a couple months ago. And if it's true, Kawhi Leonard has been unleashing on people. Career high in points, still doing it efficiently, taking care of the ball, becoming a better playmaker and reading the floor. I'm proud of this Toronto team for them to be able to mesh all these young players with the veterans, while also meshing new talent. Because remember, they just got Kawhi Leonard, and they never played with him before. They get Marc Gasol, they get Jeremy Lin, and all these other players. And for them to be able to figure it out on the fly while still winning games or chasing that #1 seed in the NBA, you have to give them a lot of credit. And the fact that Kawhi Leonard hasn't played in a lot of games in back-to-back. So for them to go through all this adversity and still be atop the NBA as long as they have been consistently throughout this season, it shows you that they are a legitimate contender. And having Danny Green and other guys that can play defense on the perimeter and on the inside with Serge and Marc Gasol and even Pascal Siakam, and then you add in Danny Green and OG. Then you also look at the depth of this roster. They add Jeremy Lin, who's a good pickup. He was just giving you double figures off the bench, and he only played 19 minutes in Atlanta. He only played 19.7 minutes in Atlanta. And you're not even picking him up for $1 million because he got bought out. And that's ridiculous. Like, how much talent do you need on one roster? Everybody is going for it. And I told you that when I had my power rankings. I said, to keep it real with y'all, everybody's going for it. Just because DeMarcus Cousins went to Golden State don't mean everybody's just going to give up and not do anything. Everybody's going to stop what they're doing and let them win the championship. Everybody going for it in the East. We want to get to the Eastern Conference Finals. We want to get to the NBA Finals. And the East top has really loaded it up. And they all going at it for that spot. And you never know what's going to happen. Steph has got injured in the playoffs multiple times. KD has missed significant games. And that's reality. Anything can happen in the playoffs. So you want to have as many guys. Remember, Fred VanVleet wasn't healthy last year. And now you have a guy that if he isn't healthy, you can still trust him to run the offense and make plays and get his own shot and collapse the defense. That's something they didn't really have. And they still have Norman Powell. So they add even more depth to this roster. So when I'm looking at this roster, I'm very shocked that out of all places, Toronto has been able to gain this much talent. And players actually want to go there. Like Marc Gasol waived his trade kicker so he can go to Toronto. So I had to make this video bigger than just Jeremy Lin. It just shows you the progression of how the country and how players perceive Toronto in general, Canada in general. They're 42-16. They're one game out of the number one title in the whole entire NBA with all this roster change, all these injuries, and that's remarkable. But they still do have some solid players. And remember, they did pick up Patrick McCaw too. Let me put him in there. But they're set. They ready. They NBA ready for this Eastern Conference Finals. And there's no reason why they shouldn't make it. Yeah, I know you got to go through Boston. Yeah, I know you got to go through Philly, or you might have to go through Milwaukee, depending on where they seed. That's fine. Because if I'm Kawhi Leonard, I feel like I can go toe-to-toe with anybody. If I'm Marc Gasol on this roster, I weigh my trade kicker because I do feel like this team can get me to where I have never been, which is the NBA Finals. And it's going to be tough for them to beat who comes out the West. If it is the Warriors, it's going to be tough to beat that team. But when you look at top-to-bottom rosters, this Raptors team may not be as top-heavy, but they got guys that want to play. They got guys that can guard and not scared of these people in the Warriors. They have the inside presence. So I really want to see how all this mesh in the last couple games, because that does matter how you enter the playoffs. Everybody going to be banged up and a little sore, but they have everything you need. They have the three-point shooting. They have the collapsers. They have the guys that can take over games. They have guys that can isolate. They have the ability to switch every position depending on the lineup. And on top of that, they even have the bigs. So they can go big. They can go small. They can go long, lanky. They can go whatever they want to go. Plus, they still can not have to worry about sacrificing three-point shooting, because Marc Gasol can be your center, and he can shoot threes and space out the floor too. Then you got people that can slash and hit mid-range and hit spot-up threes if you double team or trap, or even get the defense collapsed. So when I'm looking at this team, it's championship or bust. And that's the expectations that they had when they made the Kawhi Leonard trade. Going into this, we knew if you want to keep Kawhi, who just bought a home in San Diego and everybody's going crazy, if you want to keep him, you have to do things like this. And adding Jeremy Lin is another piece to the puzzle that can get the Raptors to their first ever NBA Finals. And it's smart. Kawhi Leonard has been to the finals multiple times. He has won a Finals MVP. And he has played against Golden State. He has played against teams like the Oklahoma City Thunder with KD. So he knows how to match up against those guys. He's not scared of those guys, and he done beat them when they count. So you can count on him in the playoffs if he's healthy. And he done took over even last year in the Memphis series. He was shredding them up 2 years ago, and he was hitting game winners and big shots, and they ended up winning the series, and he was their best player in the series. And he showed that he can do that already. So we're not questioning Kawhi when it comes to hooping and defense. We're questioning his health. If he's healthy, he's just as dominant as Joel Embiid and Giannis, if not better, because he can actually shoot better from three and from the free throw line and, off the dribble. Those guys still working on that, and he has it already. But I think this is another great addition to this Toronto Raptors team. I feel like I didn't see him going to Toronto. But like I said, it shows you that this is a place that people actually see as a contender, as a team that's about to win and going in the right direction, that they will actually pick this team like Marc Gasol and Jeremy Lin. So I just had to make it bigger than just Jeremy Lin. I think that he gives them a guard that can really bring that dynamic to him, being able to play on and off the ball and get his shot whenever he wants to, and at worst, keep the ball moving or collapse the defense. I think that's special, especially when you do have guards like Kyle Lowry, who always have a back problem or needs to miss time, or he always got a petty lingering injury. You want to have insurance that if we start Fran VanVleet, we can still have another guy that can back him up and give us some quality minutes. Now, I don't think Jeremy Lin, when he signed to the team, I think they already discussed his role. He obviously not going to be a starter. He might not even get 30 minutes at all unless injuries happen. And he had to really accept that if he wants to come to a team locked and loaded like Toronto is this year. And with that being said, this is a good pickup. You paying him basically nothing after taxes to come to a team that's on the cusp of winning it all. Can possibly be the number one team in the NBA. And Jeremy Lin done helped win games throughout his career, whether it was in New York or even in Houston. he has stepped up and hit big shots, made big plays, and you're getting him, and you're basically giving up just a roster spot for him. So that's an upgrade, and that's something that I couldn't really say about last year. And now that they have that spot fixed, that's an improvement, and that's something that they learned from last year and corrected it this year. So it's all about growing, improving, and getting better. And that's what the Raptors have done all season. They have not been satisfied with the roster, and they are not scared to make the moves. They are not scared to move players, and they showing that to Kawhi Leonard, we willing to give you whatever you need to win it all. And he has that. Only problem is the Warriors. And I don't think nobody on this team is scared of them. And that's what you want to have if you decide. You want to feel like you can go out there and compete with anybody, even if they don't look. When you go across that team, you see like, wow, we going against that. But then reality set in. You just hooping. You just playing basketball. And when you look at this roster and you look at how the pieces mesh and how they played all season, with or without Kawhi Leonard or Kyle Lowry, they have been phenomenal. And it's because of their depth, their team play, their camaraderie, their chemistry, but also trusting and believing that these players is in this game for a reason. That's why we traded for them. That's why we picked them up. That's why we keep them on this roster. Everybody can play. Everybody has a role, and everybody knows how to play and do their job. And that's something that I can say even for Jeremy Lin. He's going to be a nice addition. Won't be here next year most likely, but they in win now mode. They get Mirotic. They seen they got Tobias. And what do? Get Marcus Hall and Jeremy Lin, two quality players that can create their own shot, get their own shot, and create for others. And to me, that's as good as it's going to get. And I want to see who else they try to pick up on this roster before they lock into their playoff roster. So I didn't really see this coming, and it's kind of fun to see it. But at the end of the day, we're going to see if they can get to the NBA Finals. Let me know what you guys think. Check out my website, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Check out my Facebook page, analysisplayground.com. Link in the description, comment section below. Like on Facebook to show support. Thanks for everybody that like on Facebook and support the movement. Thanks for buying the merchandise. Also, on top of that, check out my older videos if you're new to the channel. I do videos just like this, trades, buyout, whatever, summer league, NBA draft, even breakdowns, NBA tributes, power rankings. I do it all. Try to go 365, try not to miss a day, and continue to give you guys content. I enjoy making these videos. You guys enjoy watching. That's why I continue to go. Quinn Wade, basketball analysis, I'm out. And if I'm a Raptors fan, I'm happy right now. And if I'm Josiah, I'm sleeping beautifully these next couple of days because people want to come. We're willing to give them a spot. And if you feel like you can compete and you can accept the role, come join us because we're trying to take down the Warriors. Nobody gave up. Nobody giving it to them. We feel like we can make moves to compete with them. And they feel very confident right now. And if I was Josiah and if I'm Kawhi Leonard and the Toronto Raptors, I would too.